Hey, okay, so this is my game. It's called Who Would Win, and the object of the game is really simple. It's a game that can be played without reading any of that. Most people should be able to play without reading any rules, and it's pretty to the point and simple. So the way it works is that you have two players, red versus blue, and you sit across from each other. Then you draw big card from the big deck. You place it on your hero slot or your slots. And you see here we have a generic hero against in what looks to be an army or like a squadron, a group of elves. And then you draw a location card or a support card. And the support card is they are mute. So now both sides would argue their case for who they would think would win. And using the location card, it can adapt situations that normally one side would obviously win in to make something much more harder. Like for this, if you were siding with the elves, you would say, well, because, or if you're siding for the hero, you could say, well, because the elves cannot talk to each other, they cannot plan strategies well to deal with the hero, and therefore they'd be in much more chaos than the lone hero would be. The elves you could respond back to the elves by saying something along the lines of, well, they don't need to talk to each other, work together, they just need to shoot all their arrows and kill him, because all these, it's just one man. And the argument would keep going between the two until, like all arguments, one side would eventually win. Then the cards are discarded. And you go again. So we have a treant, like a giant tree man, against a necromancer. Okay, and they are drowning. So, same thing, keep going. Argue side one, argue side two. You can play with a third player possibly, and the third player would kind of be a mediator, like a deciding vote if you were on a stalemate. Or you could play with four players, like a 2-on-2 kind of debate style. But essentially the whole point of the game is, to answer the question, who would win, A or B? And it's just all about talking, knowing more, and being able to outwit and out-talk your opponent. Yeah, that's about it.